Eastern Canada is experiencing weather rain from the remnants of Tropical Storm Debby, while the West Coast pretty dry with wildfire risks there.
Okay, CTV's Kamal Karamali joins us now to break it all down. Okay, Kamal, first off, good morning. Debby has wreaked havoc in the States. What can we expect in Canada? I mean, looking out the window here, It seems like we can expect rain.
Yeah, absolutely. Earlier than I'm used to seeing you, Bakari. Good to see you. Yeah, if you are looking out your window, you'll notice it looks more like spring or fall than the middle of August. But here you go. That's remnants of Hurricane Debby that you're seeing outside of your window right now. And that means Eastern Canada could see anywhere between 100 to 120 millimeters of rainfall throughout the day today. The system is passing through southern Ontario and Quebec, and those along the St. Lawrence River are going to be hit the hardest. Environment Canada has issued alerts and warnings for communities between Cornwall and eastern Ontario near the St. Lawrence through Quebec City about a risk of flash flooding. But here in Toronto, we're expecting about 30 millimeters of rain throughout the day today. Not as bad as Ottawa and Montreal. It could be a month's worth of rain all in one day in those two cities. It also warns, Environment Canada also warns that minor landslides are also possible. And you will remember, Bakari and Courtney, that major rainfall that we saw last month has already made the ground here in Toronto and the Greater Toronto area very, very saturated with water already. So you can imagine it's already pretty full, and it's like a sponge, already pretty full with water. So this rainfall today should create even more flooding throughout the streets as well. So just a warning there that, even though it might not be as much rain as we saw last month, we should see a lot of flooding happening today throughout the streets.
Yeah, I feel like I've talked to so many people with flooded basements this summer as a result of all the rain we're dealing. So we're dealing with quite a bit of rain today going into the weekend. Meanwhile, out west, they could really use some of this rain given the wildfire situation there. What is the latest there, Kamal?
Yeah, it's interesting to see the polar opposites on different sides of the country, guys. BC is still dealing with a plethora of wildfires. Right now, 6 wildfires of note and more than 350 active wildfires happening throughout the western province. And now they're expected a dry spell, really hot, dry conditions for the next 4 or 5 days. And that is not going to make things easier for the fire crews already really well above their heads with the fire activity that they've had to deal with this summer. So on the other side of the country, things looking very hot and dry for the next 4 or 5 days and not looking good. Meanwhile, when it comes to the remnants of Hurricane Debby out here, we know that this rainfall is going to make its way further east to the Maritimes, and it's going to hit New Brunswick later tonight, about 40 millimeters out east in the Maritime provinces throughout tonight into Saturday morning, and that storm and what's left of it should taper off by the end of Sunday, guys.
All right, CTV's Kamal Karamali. Hey, Kamal, it's great to see you, like, in the morning. Next time, let's get some eggs,
right?
okay?
Yeah.
Thanks, Kamal.
You're welcome.